Kia ora, and welcome to the Beer Jerk Beer of the Week Drink Along. I'm Luke.
I'm Craig.
And today we're drinking a Pilsner by Black Sands. Black Sands is you and your dad, right?
It's me and my dad, and we have Matt.
Oh yeah?
Matt is the new guy. He's joined a few months ago. He is a family friend, and it was actually his dad who helped start the brewery 10 years ago.
Nice.
So it's very full
Fun
circle.
business. Cheers.
Cheers.
So were you brewing 10 years ago at Black Sands?
I was not brewing 10 years ago. I was probably packing boxes
Yeah.
10 years ago. So obviously it's my family business. I only really started taking over the brewing and taking over the larger business as a whole as of 2 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, the setup of it is, like on the day-to-day running the business, is that mainly you these days?
Yep. So I am production managing, brewing, logistics,
Yeah.
sales rep, coming up with beer ideas, which is pretty fun.
Yeah.
And just sort of all over spider web kind of guy.
So you're driving the van around, dropping off kegs, you're chatting to people, you're chasing things up, you're working with artists on labels.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, look, it's me working full time. It's
Yeah.
Matt working full time. And Dad comes in, my father is unpaid labor, which is awesome.
Nice, yeah. Get the old ones working, hey?
Yeah, and he's
Keep
sort
them active.
of, exactly, it keeps him active, keeps him busy, keep that mind turning. And he's responsible for, the majority of the recipe work as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's put out some good recipes over the years. I was thinking before about some of my favourite Black Sands beers over the years. I think it was the Rooibos.
The Rooibos, the Browns Bay Tea Party. Yeah.
That was a good beer. You should bring that back.
That was 2017, I think, the one and only tea beer we've ever done.
Yeah.
And we served it with a side of biltong, actually, on the launch party. Yeah.
Good South African bit of culture there and flavour.
There you go. And people don't know this, but actually, not just biltong, but mandarins are like a big, in South Africa.
Oh,
you sit down, you watch a rugby game with your brandy and Coke.
Yeah.
Not only do you have a side of biltong, but a nachi or a mandarin.
Okay.
Nachi is the word for mandarin.
Good combo.
Yeah, it is. It works.
Maybe that could be like a trilogy of beers you could release.
Oh my God, I'm getting beer ideas already.
Mandarin flavour, Rooibos and biltong beer.
Ooh. I'm getting a Mandarin Kolsch vibe in my brain right now. Mandarin Kolsch sounds good.
Yeah, the Kölners are going to be furious.
There you go.
You'll be banned from going to Germany anytime soon. This beer's pretty nice.
Thank you.
So, Pilsners are fantastic. And of course, there's New Zealand Pilsner, which is a bullshit style, because it's an ale. There's your Czech Pilsner, there's your German Pilsner, there's Mad at Small Gods. I've been talking about an Australian Pilsner recently. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Okay.
So what kind of Pilsner does this count as?
This counts as a German Pilsner, although I'd probably argue it almost strays on an NZ Pilsner. It has no dry hopping.
Yep.
In my mind, I don't know what the official rules are. In my mind, a New Zealand Pilsner, obviously New Zealand hops and a lot of dry hopping. We're looking for a hop flavour. That's not this. This is, I think, according to Untapped, the highest rated German Pilsner made in New Zealand.
Okay.
So, no dry hopping allowed
Yep.
to make it a proper Pilsner. Little bit of Southern Cross in the
Yep.
boil, and then the whirlpool is Southern Cross and Motueka. And that's
Beautiful.
the same kind of recipe that we've had for 10 years,
Yep.
and we haven't really tweaked it apart from a small water chemistry adjustment over the years. But it's been the same beer since we started 10 years ago, and it's still our flagship, and we're still really proud of it and still drinking it.
Yeah, Motueka is just so delicious. Probably one of my favourite hops in the world.
Timeless.
So good.
Timeless.
Well, yeah, because the New Zealand Pilsner style is an ale, so it's top fermented. So some of these really tasty New Zealand Pilsners, like Hops One Pils by Behemoth.
Right.
It's an ale, so yeah, to me it's, I don't mean what the words mean, what the styles mean, nothing really. But those beers, to me it's more like an XPA, I suppose.
Yes, I think that's probably more fitting. I mean, the way I classify it is I split things into like, rather than all these sub-labels, just a traditional Pilsner and a hoppy Pilsner.
Yeah.
Those are sort of my personal two frames. And New Zealand sits towards that dry hopped, top fermented range. But yeah, it does blur lines, but labels are helpful. They can also be bullshit. What's in a name?
Yeah.
Shakespeare or something.
Especially looking at you, Epic, when you released a Rauch beer and called it a smoked IPA. It was
controversial.
Delicious beer, but nothing to do with an IPA or anything. I guess people don't want to buy Rauch beer. This is, it's beautiful. It is hoppy, like compared to, a German Pilsner. It's really hop forward.
Yeah.
But I guess so are most things compared to those traditional styles. But yeah, it's lovely, like clarity of flavour to it. And yeah, I can see why. Is it your flagship? Is it your biggest seller?
Our biggest seller is probably a hazy, probably the Nimbus.
Yeah, okay.
The Nimbus is our by far our biggest seller. We go out of stock of it all the time.
Yeah.
But this is still a flagship. This is a really great beer for all kinds of on-prem and off-prem places, especially like cocktail bars who need like a nice balanced beer offering.
Yeah.
That's locally made. So obviously, it's 100% German Pilsner malt. Shout out to Gladfield. And I think that it provides almost a safe space. So obviously, like you said, you're getting your hoppiness from that Motueka, and lucky in New Zealand soil, we have these amazing floral hops that are all grown here, and that comes through in the beer. But like I said, no dry hopping, so you're not getting too out of traditional territory.
It's a great beer.
Thank you so much.
Good work to you and your small team.
Shout out Matt and Dad.
Yeah, good work, lads. So Black Sands, obviously Westies and the Sand's black over there.
The sand is black. It used to be blacker.
Yeah.
I feel like there's been some colour erosion at Piha over the years.
Yeah, good point actually.
No, there definitely has since we started.
Yeah.
Our brewery is actually, the actual production brewery is located sort of Gleneden, Henderson on the road to Piha. We couldn't actually, 10 years ago, open up a brewery in Piha.
Yeah.
Would have been a very difficult decision if we had. However, the inspiration and the story behind the brewery is all about the West Coast, specifically the West Coast of Auckland, but I don't say that to alienate my Wellingtonian and regional customers. But yeah, the West Coast is our inspiration, and the volcanic sand, and you can see on the, don't know if you can see on the camera, the label is actually, of our Pilsner is a little scene from the Piha Lookout. Everyone, when they're on their drive to Piha, stops at that little stop on the left side of the road. It's from that spot, the actual the painting, and all the artwork on all our cans comes from West Auckland artists.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And we sponsor and donate to a few different art galleries, Corbin Estate, Titirangi Lopdale.
Brilliant.
And all the artists' names are on the side.
Yeah, just looking. Irina Velman.
Yeah, on the side of all our cans. So give them a little bit of a shout out. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, great work. Did you enter in the Gabs Label Awards?
This year?
Yeah.
No, Dad forgot. It was Dad's job. He was allocated the job. And I think he had a few too many Nimbuses, and we missed the deadline. So better luck next year.
There aren't that many entrants in it. I had a bit of a look. There's only like 30, so fingers crossed, small gods.
There you go, small gods.
I'll remember Twitter.
Hashtag vote small gods. Endorsed by Black Sands.
Yeah. I also want to hear a little bit about your story, and just with our Beer Joke Beer of the Week. So I can't remember what the first Black Sands beer we had was, but we definitely had the Rubosch many, many years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah,
before my time. But I think this is a great one for your drinkers. I mean, it's a great palate cleanser amongst all the big ABV and adjunct heavy stouts and sours that we all love and enjoy all the time. And you love your German beers.
Yep, I do.
And I think one of the best things about that part of the world and the beers they make there is the balance, the simplicity, clarity of the flavor profile and the structure, and just something that you can really just drink a large volume of.
Real drinkability, just to like have a tap of this in your house.
Easy.
Would be a bit of a dream.
Dangerous.
Yeah. And just awesome that you're a great small independent brewery, like hustling, working your ass off. It's a pretty different business to Steinlager.
Yeah.
You know, some of the big guys.
Yeah.
That a lot of the big guys make fantastic beer. But what I love about independent beer, and that's the reason why we only have beer from independent brewers in the box, is that it's cool knowing the people behind them that are just working their asses off doing really interesting stuff for the love of it, the passion. Probably not for the money, probably not super rich, you're not driving a Lambo.
Maybe one day. No, I drive the van, you know. We pay ourselves what we can with the money that we earn, but it's a work of love, it's a passion project. And I think that's kind of what makes it a little bit more special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also work with your family.
And
cool.
yeah, you know, blessing and a curse. Blessing and a curse. But yeah, it's really nice to sort of have everything in your control and your vision.
Yeah.
And, you know, your boss is your dad.
Yeah.
Your, you know, fellow employee is like your cousin. I mean, even my girlfriend comes and helps out and works at the brewery on the weekends. So it's nice. It definitely makes work enjoyable when it's with family and friends. So yeah.
Yeah. Last thing, you haven't got a tap room that people can visit, have you?
No, well, that's also a product of being out in West Auckland.
Yeah.
We have no tap room at the moment or ever have. But it's definitely something that I think we are day by day realizing that probably in order to survive, we probably need one.
Okay.
Probably need one.
Could be exciting.
We are currently looking at a few different properties. I've been in talks with the trusts about licensing, but you know it's all a work in progress. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, keep us tuned.
Yeah.
We'll
Well, you'll be the first to know.
Awesome, brilliant. Hey, cheers for beer.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us again.
Cheers to you.
See you next time.